The priestly blessing has its origins in the Torah, in Parshat Naso and Bamidbar. God tells Aaron, this is how you and your descendants, the priests, will bless the people. You say these three verses, and by doing so, I, God, will put my name on the people, and I will bless them. We sometimes refer to it as duchening, which is a sort of Yiddish, Hebrew, English mess of a word. Duchan is the original word. It just means like a counter or a booth. Refers to the stender, the dais up where the ark is, where the priests stand, and the word kind of develops its own context from there. Here in the U.S., we have duchening on Yom Tov, on the holidays. In Israel, in some communities, it's said every Shabbat morning, and in some communities, every day of Torah reading. So that includes ordinary Mondays and Thursdays. Here in the U.S., on the vast majority of days when we don't have the priests do their blessing, the Shaliach Tzibur, the prayer leader, does it on behalf of the priests, sort of as a recollection of that back in the day when the priests would offer this blessing on a regular basis. And so that appears at the end of every reader's repetition of the Amidah. And people have a lot of mixed feelings about duchening. Some people find it a deeply meaningful ritual, and because it's so old and has continued sort of in an unbroken fashion for so many centuries, that gives it a lot of depth. Other people find it a little kind of supernatural woo-woo and prefer not to be involved in it, or kind of don't want to be recipients or givers of the blessing. And there is a custom that you're not supposed to look at the priests when they're offering it, because the priests themselves are not actually the ones offering the blessing. They're acting as a vehicle for God. It's not an ironclad, hard and fast rule. So people who are really strict about not looking at the priests, who turn their backs or who avert their eyes, there's room to say that's a bit of overkill. But to each person their own as it comes to that minhag, that custom. So that is a little bit about the priestly blessing.